Security guards. Who is the sneakiest person you've ever caught? Working as a night shift security guard at a large department store, I'd seen my fair share of shoplifters, but there was one guy who raised the bar. I first spotted him on the cameras, lingering around the electronics section in a hoodie and sunglasses, yes, at night. But he wasn't doing the usual grab and run. Instead, he was pacing, casually picking up random items like he was on a shopping spree. Then he made his move. He slipped into one of the store's fitting rooms with a bunch of electronics, including a brand new gaming console. Now, electronics don't belong anywhere near the fitting rooms, so I knew something was up. I watched him on the cameras for a solid 5 minutes, but he didn't come out. Suspicious, I decided to approach. When I got there, the room was empty. The fitting room door was wide open, and he was gone. At that point, I was sure I'd just lost a brand new console and maybe more. But as I went to double check, I noticed something strange about the ventilation panel in the corner of the fitting room. It looked like it had been tampered with. I crouched down to inspect the panel and saw faint scratches around the edges. This guy hadn't just taken electronics, he had managed to pop off the vent cover and squeeze himself into the ductwork, likely planning to maneuver through the ceiling toward the store's exit. I quickly radioed my partner to keep an eye on all emergency exits and started following the sound of faint shuffling coming from above. After a few minutes, I saw him on one of the cameras crawling out of the ducts right near a back stockroom. He probably thought he was in the clear and had managed to avoid detection. The stockroom had a stairwell that led right to the back exit, which would have given him a clear path to the outside. I moved quickly, staying quiet as I crept down the hallway to intercept him. When I finally caught sight of him, he had the console tucked under his arm and was making a beeline for the back door. Just as he opened it, I stepped out from the shadows and said, "Going somewhere?" He froze, looked at me, and then made a last-ditch attempt to bolt. But the door was set up with an alarm that blared the moment he pushed it, sealing his fate. After a brief struggle, he gave up, dropping the console as he muttered, "Didn't think you'd actually catch me." Turned out he'd pulled off similar stunts at a few other stores, using the ducts to avoid detection. We handed him over to the police, who were more than happy to hear he'd finally been caught.